Education is what is left after a person has forgotten everything he learned in school. Don't try to be a successful person, try to be a valuable person. If an idea is not absurd at the outset, it is hopeless. Life is like riding a bicycle. If you want to maintain balance, you must keep moving. Everyone is gifted, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its entire life thinking that it is stupid. A person who never makes a mistake is because he never tries new things. I like traveling, but I don't like arriving at the destination. Place your hand on a hot stove for a minute, it can feel like an hour. A full hour sitting next to a beautiful girl felt like a minute. This is the theory of relativity. I never think about the future, because it came quickly enough. There are two things that are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. Weaknesses in attitude become weaknesses in character. Success equals hard work plus correct methods plus less empty words. People's achievements and differences are determined by their spare time. I don't know what weapons will be used in the Third World War, but in the Fourth World War people will definitely use sticks and stones. A person's highest ability is the ability to adapt to the objective world. The most beautiful thing in the world is to have a few friends with integrity in mind and heart. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Breaking people's prejudices is harder than disintegrating an atom. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who look on with cold eyes and choose to remain silent. To punish my contempt for authority, fate turned me into an authority. There is no such thing as luck. Even the most random accidents seem to be inevitable. It's not that I'm very smart, it's just that I've been around problems for a longer time. Common sense is the various prejudices accumulated by a person by the age of 18. Imagination is more important than knowledge, because knowledge is limited, but imagination is infinite. It encompasses everything, drives progress, and is the source of human evolution. Don't complain about life, it only shows your incompetence. Strong people never complain about life. There is nothing sacred about morality, it is purely human nature. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. A big circle represents the knowledge I have learned, but there is so much blank space outside the circle, which to me means ignorance. And the larger the circle, the longer its circumference and the greater its contact surface with the external blank space. It can be seen that there is still a lot of things I don't understand. Gravity cannot be responsible for people who fall in love. Logic will take you from A to B, imagination can take you anywhere. Life will give you what you want as long as you keep asking for it, and as long as you speak clearly when you ask for it. If you can't explain it simply, you don't fully understand. A person's value should be determined by what he contributes, not what he obtains. What is truly valuable is intuition. Intelligence is of little use on the path of exploration. People attribute my success to my genius, but in fact my genius is just hard work. No matter what the trend of the times and social customs are, people can always rely on their noble qualities to transcend the times and society and follow their own correct path. Nowadays, everyone is running, chasing, and competing for refrigerators, cars, and houses. This is the characteristic of our time. But there are still many people who do not pursue these material things. They pursue ideals and truth and gain inner freedom and peace. Everyone has certain ideals which determine the direction of his efforts and judgment. In this sense, I never regard comfort and happiness as the purpose of life itself. This ethical basis, I call it the ideal of the pig pen. Between genius and diligence, I choose the latter without hesitation. She is the midwife of almost every achievement in the world. Bitterness and sweetness come from the outside world, while strength comes from the heart and comes from a person's own efforts. The general ability to think independently and judge independently should always be given top priority.